Hello everyone. Chapter 7 in week 7. This section is based on the amount of an annuity. Now, we did the preamble on simple interest and compound interest because the compound interest knowledge will help us here. An annuity is a series of equal payments made at regular intervals. What does that mean? Let's say I want to deposit $200 every month to build up a mountain of cash for purchasing a car or something like that. That's what an annuity does for you. Why would you use one? Well, if you remember with the compound interest version, we had somebody put money away for a length of time, but they had $5,000 up front. That's a pretty large sum. Not everybody has $5,000 sitting around. So what do? They do an annuity which allows them to build up to $5,000 in time by making little payments into the plan. Here's the formula. All right. I think you've seen this before in grade 11, but I can't be sure. Basically, the A stands for the final amount. This formula calculates interest and principal and puts it all together for you. R is the regular payment that you're making. I is the interest rate per payment, and that's exactly how we did it with compound interest. And N is the total number of payments. Let's go for an example. Fred has a job. While working, he finds that he has a little extra cash each month. So Fred decides to invest the $250 into an annuity each month for the next 5 years. The annuity is paying 6% compounded monthly. What will the plan be worth at the end of the term? Okay, so he's going to put in $250 once a month for the next 5 years. Let's see how this plays. Again, I am a big believer in listing the information on the side. I would suggest you do it as well. It's very helpful. 6%, you have to divide by the 100 and then divide by 12 because it's interest rate per payment. Dividing by 100 knocks off the percent. Dividing by 12 puts it in the right frame. Again, just like before, see how it's 1 plus I? Well, I put the 1 in on the 1.005. I didn't waste an extra line on that. Power of 60, well, 5 years. If I'm compounding monthly, that means there's 12 payments in a year. Total 60 payments. Again, it's all in the calculator here now. So I did the extra step. I did 1.005 to the power of 60. Then I subtracted by 1. And then I went times 250 divided by 0.005, which is the little I factor. Total, this plan at the end of 5 years will be worth $17,442.51. All right, that sounds great. But how much did it make over the 5 years? That is why we need to calculate interest. So for these type of problems, the interest is the final amount subtracting your payments times how many payments you made. Let's see what happens. So the final amount was the one we calculated above. This $15,000 is how much money we put in. We made 60 payments, 250 each. All right, so we put in $15,000, but the bank gave us back $2,442.51 at the end of 5 years. That's not bad. Let's do another example. I deposited $850 every 3 months. And if you remember, every 3 months is quarterly, for the next 10 years at 7% compounded quarterly. Now, with interest rates, they got to tell you how it's being compounded and how much of a rate they're charging, or offering in this case. How much will it be worth at the end? All right, so this is similar to the last example, right? I list everything that's important. There's the 7% divide by 100, then divide by 4 because there's 4 payments in a year. That is how I got my 0.0175. And then I use that inside the formula by adding the 1 and using power of 40. All right. Now notice that's a big number, but I still have to subtract by 1 first, then times 850, then divide by 0.0175. Total, at the end of 10 years, this plan is going to be worth $48,649.01. How much was that of that was interest? Well, let's take a look. A minus R times N. So this R times N tells you, or tells me, how much money I put in. I put in $34,000 in 10 years. That's not bad, because the bank is putting in $14,649.01. See it? So if you plan an annuity correctly, you can build up your money fairly quickly. Okay? There's the homework. Now I did slice it back. All right, there's only, I think, 5 questions, 6 questions there. So I think you should do all of them. All right? You at least be prepared to do all of them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.